I've noticed over the years that a lot of times students have a hard time hearing the difference between arpeggio picking and finger picking on guitar. Now, both of these techniques can create a similar vibe, but there's definitely a difference in the sound and style with each. So today I want to give you an example of arpeggio picking in this simple man guitar lesson with hopes that it reinforces this idea in our minds so next time or anytime we hear this guitar technique on a track, we can pick it up right away. Plus, there's a ton of other great bluesy rock guitar techniques we can learn from this song. So let's get straight into it, and the order of this is going to go, I'm going to start off with the chords, then we're going to learn that arpeggio picking part, then we're going to talk about the bass line riff that comes in on the lower strings, and then we'll end with those big distorted chords. So let's start with the 3 chords you need to know. There's only 3, and the first one you'll want to know is C, and this is just from the 5th string down, 3, 2, open, 1, open. And the next chord is G, and you could play it like this if you want, a typical 4-finger G chord, but what I do is I actually play it like this. I put my 3rd finger on the low E string, I mute the A string, and then open, 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 3. So my hand sort of stays in that C position. See how easy of a transition that is versus having to shift over like this. So I just, I like not having to work hard, but if you're not used to that, that definitely can feel a little bit awkward at first. Then from there, we're going to go to A minor, and that's from the 5th string down. Open, 2, 2, 1, open. So we've got C, G, and A minor. Now the progression for this song is, again, just those 3 chords, and it's only 2 bars long. The first bar has the C and the G in it, 2 beats each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to A minor for a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. That right there is the whole song. So if you're new, you might just want to practice strumming once on each chord like that and go with the song. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, one other note is the song is actually tuned down a half step. So if you want to play along with the recording, you're going to have to tune your guitar down a half step. I just left this in standard because even though there's 3 chords in it, a lot of the guitar is actually pretty difficult to play. Once we get past just, the open chords, the actual picking part and the different riffs are harder. So just keeping it in standard tuning makes this easier to learn. And then if you want to get that exact sound, which I'll show you in a second, I'll switch guitars and do a tuned down version as well. So that's our chord progression, C, G, A minor, okay? Now from there, we're gonna add a strumming pattern. We're gonna go 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, and a. This is the pattern that I would use, and it's just 2 beats long. It goes down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. If I just stay on C, this is what it sounds like. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and it's 3 eighth notes, 1 and 2, and then 2 16th notes. And so 1 and 2 and 2 and you just put that with the chords. So 1 time on C, 1 time on G, then 2 times on A minor. So that's the main chord progression for this song. Now I want to give you something next that's really going to help you put this song together. And what it is my free blues scale PDF guide. It's going to show you the 5 must-know blues scale patterns to play up and down the neck. And this is going to help you with your picking accuracy, with your soloing, and so many great guitar techniques. You can get this completely for free. Just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales or click the first link down below and grab that as my gift to you. Now from there, we're going to go into this arpeggio picking part, and that sounds like this. 3, 4. All right, so the first thing that I'm doing here is I'm walking up to that C chord with a little bass line that goes. That's 0 on the 5th string, open A, and then the 2nd fret, then the 3rd fret. And this is the downbeat here. This part is a pickup. We're going to be using a 16th note rhythm. So with the strum hand, I'm thinking 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And that's basically taking one beat and splitting it into 4 parts. So and that's just sort of like the clock that's going in my head, and the arpeggio pattern is going to keep that rhythm. So we're starting with the walk up, then we're going to play the 3rd fret. Now here I plant down the C chord, and we're going to play strings 3, 4, 5. Okay, so a lot of this is going to be just holding down the chord and then picking, again, arpeggio picking, right, the strings. So strings 5, 3, 4, 5, so. Okay, then we go to the 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd string. Okay, so the part on C goes with the walk up. Again, I'm letting these notes ring, and I'm thinking 16th notes. 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Okay, then I switch to the G chord, and here I'm actually going to add down, again, think of that G that we had earlier. Here I'm going to add down this middle finger. And I'm playing just sort of like a cheat G, you know, instead of playing the full thing. When you play arpeggio picking and you're just picking individual strings, you don't have to fret down the whole chord. You just got to get what you need to play the part. So here I've got those 2 notes. I'm going to play the 6th string, then the 4th string, then the 5th string, then the 6th string. So that's beat 3. Then beat 4 goes to the 3rd string, 3, 4, 5, 4, like this. So if I back up, that's the G pattern. Now, I want to say something about this pattern. You know, it's not the same through the entire song, but the main idea is to create that rhythm, like 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, pop, 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 you know, and just pick with that arpeggio picking style. So it's really difficult to play these exact notes perfectly every time, but what you want to do is just sort of play in that feel and then get the idea. As long as you're making the chords and playing that rhythm, that's going to give you the sound, basically. So just practice these as like picking exercises. Like here's the C part, here's the G part. Okay, let's go to A minor. Here we're going to play strings 5, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll go 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay. Then we'll go 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now here we're actually going to add our pinky to get the 3rd fret on the 1st string. This creates an A minor 7 chord. So that's a little variation there. We're going to play the 1st string, 2nd string, and then we'll do the walk up to restart it. So the A minor bar is going to go. Walk up. Okay, then it restarts. So here's the whole thing. I'll play it a few times slowly. Walk up. on it goes around. That's the arpeggio picking part. Now from there, we go to a really cool kind of rock bass line. For that, I'm gonna use a little distortion. That's gonna sound like this. And then it resets there. So what I'm doing is I'm walking in to that C bass note. Open, 2, 3. Then you slide up 5 to 7. Come back down 3. Then play 3 on the low E. Then do the slide again. This time, go to the 5th fret on the low E. So it's. Then we do this lick. Love that part there. That's on the low E string. E, G, E, G, A. So. And a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. Now there with the strum hand, I'm using all downs. So then you come out of that, back to arpeggio picking for the verse sections. Now the last part I want to tell you about is just these epic big rock chords, and this is when they sing "It's so simple," you know, and it goes like this. This is a mix of the chords and that little bass line riff in there. Let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm playing a C bar chord, but I'm adding the G in the bass, and this just makes it kind of more heavy metal, you know? It sounds a little stronger than just that. When you get the G in the bass, it makes the chord sound stronger. Okay, then we're gonna go. And I literally play open strings as I switch chords. So it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. This is to a G now. Now I'm basically playing the same chords, right? C, G, A minor, but I'm doing them as bar chords. C, then G, then A minor, the 5th fret. Then I play the bass line. And then I use muted strums in between. So all together it would go like this. 3, 4. So those are the guitar parts for Simple Man. Be sure to take your time with this. Now I wanted to real quick show you what it sounds like tuned down. So after you work on all these parts, if you want it to sound just like the recording, you're going to want to tune your guitar down a half step. So here's that main part one last time so you could hear what it sounds like tuned down to put it all together. 3, 4. So there you have it, Simple Man. Now if you like this style of blues rock guitar playing, be sure to grab my free blues scale PDF guide. This is gonna help you play this style easier and faster than you ever thought possible. It's gonna show you how to go up and down the neck with the blues scale. You can get this completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and grab it as my gift to you. As always, thanks for watching, and for more Lynyrd Skynyrd, check out this video next.